Approaching 6:50 here this Thursday in our top stories. Developing overnight, RPD's bomb squad responded to a house near Backus and Emerson Streets.
Officers say they showed up for the report of what they thought was a gunshot in the area, but instead they found a vehicle that looked like it was damaged by, quote, an incendiary device. The bomb squad still investigating the incident, and there were no injuries reported here.
Some more top news. We're following a suspect is still on the run this morning after an armed carjacking yesterday in broad daylight.
A very strange story here where Rochester police say that a 21-year-old driver and a 15-year-old passenger were stopped at a red light at Genesee Park Boulevard around 3 o'clock yesterday when somebody jumped into their back seat holding a knife. Both of the victims got out of the car quickly, ran away, the suspect chasing after them, also unsuccessfully trying to get into other vehicles along the way. And then meanwhile, that initial car, now left driverless, rolled across the street, hitting a utility pole. Luckily, nobody hurt in all of this chaos, but if you think you know anything here, police ask you please call 911.
We did hear from President Biden addressing the nation from a speech given at the Oval Office last night. Biden
also said that saving democracy is more important than any title, and he acknowledged it's time to pass the torch to a new generation of leaders. For the remaining 6 months of his term, Biden said he plans to focus on the job of the presidency, including plans to continue lowering costs for families and defending the right to vote.
House lawmakers did vote to create this task force to investigate all the security lapses surrounding the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. We know one man was killed at that rally in Pennsylvania and 2 others severely injured in the shooting July 13th. The legislation to investigate with that new team passed in a clear vote, 416-0. Let's take you inside the Buffalo Huddle. It's day 2 of training camp that will start this morning at St. John Fisher right around 9:45.
I'm sure folks are really looking forward to this because there was really no news out of day 1, but maybe that's good news. Some good news is Matt Milano, a full go to start camp. This despite having his 2023 season cut short by a leg injury so serious the Bills never actually fully detailed what happened to him.
Yeah, he was a limited participant in the spring, and the GM Brandon Beane says he's been very impressed with how hard Milano has been attacking his rehab, as the franchise is thrilled with the results so far.
This was probably as good as we could have hoped that he would be starting camp, and we got to manage him. We got to be smart, and he's a competitor. He's going to want to practice every day. I don't think that's realistic, but it's good to see him out there. I think over time we'll see him blending back in.
Well, our sports team is going to be tracking the latest updates from training camp. Buffalo Kickoff Live makes its season debut tonight at Fisher. Josh Reed and the gang will join sports director Thad Brown for their very first training camp discussion. You don't want to miss it, so tune in at 7, and that starts right here on News 8.
Sunrise traffic, 6:52. Final check of the roads before you get going out. Early on this Thursday, we've been clear and good, all green on our map around the metro. The view coming in and out of downtown, getting to the airport, passing the ballpark, all clear. Nothing to slow you down. We'll check that again during CBS Mornings at about 7:25. Some health news here, and these GLP-1 drugs we know, Ozempic, Wegovy, they're so trendy right now, touted as the thing for weight loss, but they may not be the solution for everyone.
Yeah, you can't always believe what you see on social media. New this morning, Aaron Spitzer speaking with Rochester Regional Health's medical director of bariatrics, as well as one of his patients, talking about both sides of this discussion. She joins us in the studio. Aaron.
Yes, so medical professionals say that although GLP-1s can be useful under the right circumstances or combinations of medical weight loss intervention, that's not always the case. Scott Diem had a sleeve gastrectomy. He did have to use Ozempic at the start of his journey because he weighed 419 pounds, but he says he was skeptical of the side effects. His story is a success, though. Diem struggled with his weight for 5 years before having surgery. He suffered from sleep apnea and arthritis pain in his hips, but his doctor wouldn't operate because of his weight. Today, Diem weighs 230 pounds, and he can do things he couldn't do before surgery.
This is like reinventing myself. I stopped drinking 22 years ago and reinvented my life all over again. And now I've lost 180 pounds, and I've reinvented myself again. I can tie my shoes. I can walk up steps. I can stand for an hour. I can run 10 kilometers a day and still go on and do everything else that I ever wanted, you know.
Diem's Dr. Delandra Weerasinghe, the medical director of bariatrics at RRH, says you have to be careful about introducing a drug like Ozempic, as it may make other solutions less effective.
So, for example, if you put someone on a GLP-1, there's anecdotal evidence that their subsequent weight loss response may be less. And that may be attributed to the fact that your body is now getting used to the neurohormonal effects which bariatric surgery brings about as well.
Singh adds that he measures success by a patient's ability to transform their lifestyle, and DM says he's done just that. Guys, back to you.
Good for him. 10K, that's 6 miles, everybody. Wow.
I know.
If you're planning a trip south anytime soon, Avelo Airlines has some news for you. An expansion offering nonstop flights from Rock to Central Florida and North Carolina. Coming this fall, the airline says one-way flights will run twice a week. Some ticket prices starting as low as $62. Flights to Charlotte, those will begin November 8th, Monday and Friday, and flights to Lakeland, those will be Friday, October 25th, also running there Monday and Friday.
Perfect for those fall trips, maybe getting out to Thanksgiving plans. But hey, if you're going out to your summer trips and vacations, there's going to be nothing to cancel our flights today, James. At least unless that CrowdStrike outage is still.
As long as you're not Delta.
Exactly. As long as you're not Delta, you're going to get out to wherever you got to go today.
Staffing shortages. I can't forecast for that. But we've got beautiful skies for you. Just a few clouds popping up this afternoon. And we do not get to 80 degrees today. It's the coolest of the next 8, maybe even the coolest of the next week, several weeks for you today. Afternoon high temperatures tomorrow right around 80. Then the sunshine reigns over the weekend. If I'm going to pick a day, I'll pick Saturday, just because it's not going to be as hot. Sunday, near 90 degrees. And then we likely stack up a couple of 90-degree days next week.
All right. Thank you, James. And thank you for watching us here this Thursday. Our next update in half an hour.
CBS Mornings up next. Have a wonderful day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.